Mr. Durite at y'all one more again. Like to welcome you back to my show. The topic is, today's topic, 5 somethings. 5 things about Xmen Days of Future Past. How about that? You're going to take a look into my mind and what I thought about this movie, and boy, I don't even know if I got a lot to say about it. This may be a short video. Woo. Let's get it started. So, number 5, story. What did I think about this story? I was so confused by this story because the first thing, the movie starts off and Charles Xavier's there. I mean, come on, I seen him in the trailer. I'm like, how can Charles Xavier be there if he is supposed to be dead? How did he come back? What the hell? So, already, the story is already jacked up for me. And now you want to go back to first class history, which don't really match up with the history of the original X-Men movies. So this thing is all over the place. Let's just say I didn't like the story. You know, I saw the cartoon when I was a kid. I know somewhat of the comic, and this did not follow the comic as I knew it wasn't, and they didn't let me down on that. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I mean, I didn't like it. I'm moving on. Number 4, acting. You know what? You got Patrick Stewart in this movie, and you got, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, the man that played the old Magneto, and they were good actors in the first movies, but they were non-existent in this one. So what was even the point of having him? Why didn't you just get some other new people to play these roles? Because it wouldn't have made no difference anyway. What was the point? Having high caliber actors for no reason whatsoever. I just didn't like it. I swear this movie felt like another Wolverine movie. Really and truthfully, you look at it, think about it. Let that meld in your head a little bit. It was another Wolverine movie. And I didn't like the last Wolverine movie. Boy, at least they're consistent. At least they didn't let me down. Number 3, special effects. I give them credit. They do the special effects pretty good, but you know, a whole stadium, I mean, that was cool and all, but a whole stadium, who gives a shit? I've seen better, way better, and it's like whoever came up with this story just decided to just go way the hell out there for no reason whatsoever. Whatever. Get out of here. I hate to even talk about it. I had to give her some kind of credit because at least the special effects were good, but they were just as good as all the rest of the special effects and all the other movies. So I can't give them that, you know, I can't give them too much. So moving on from that. Number 2, something different I'm gonna throw in there, universe. Since these Marvel movies like Avengers are continuations of the story, and this is supposed to be a continuation of the story, which is weird because it doesn't feel like a continuation of the story, even though they keep shoving it down your throat that it is a continuation of the story. I would say this universe sucks. I mean, at least Spider-Man doesn't try to connect this reboot, this latest reboot, with the old one. Hallelujah. I mean, you rebooted the X-Men with First Class, but now you're tying them into the old one. Are you kidding me? What in the hell is going on? I don't get it. Anyway, and the last one, number 1, Marvel. Why in the hell did you let them take your baby? Took a great comic, hell, a great cartoon, and turn it into this bullshit. Yeah, I can't even come up with one. This bullshit. I don't know. You know, there's gonna be people out there that's gonna like it. You know, they like the old one and blah blah blah. But this was the most mediocre Marvel film and X-Men film. I just didn't care for it. I think I enjoyed Fantastic Four, both of them, more than I like this one. This was just lackluster. It was boring. It was nonsense. It was a waste of time. I should have took some no-dos to keep me up because I kept wanting to fall asleep on it. And you know, every Marvel movie you want to stay to the end and see what happens at the end. Thank you, Avengers, for that. Thank you, Iron Man, for that. You know, now you got to put it in Xmen. And you watch Xmen, you look at the end of it, and fuck it, I'm going to spoil it. What I thought, that was Apocalypse. Then Apocalypse is a woman. I don't even think I'm going to bother with seeing the next X-Men movie because it's just been a letdown after letdown after letdown series. You kill off in X-Men Last Stand, you kill off Xavier, you killed off Jean Grey, which was the Phoenix, you kill off Cyclops, you got this ragtag bunch of mutants, you make Juggernaut a mutant. I mean, it's like, hey, we got this great story, but don't worry about that. Do whatever the hell you want to do with it. We got these great characters that we developed over time. Don't worry about following their origin stories or anything else, you know. Do whatever the hell you want to do. And then you got some big wigs behind the table, you know, like, we can't do that. That's going to cost too much money. Let's do this. Yeah, it may cost more money, but it's going to be more exciting. It's going to make a better movie and we can do a shit ton more sequels. If they would have stuck with the original stuff, they would have still made the same amount of money. They would have still had moviegoers going to see it, but at least they would have had less people hating the hell out of this movie. Like I said, they may have some people that like it, and kudos to you, but who's got two thumbs and didn't like this movie? This guy. I know Randall is not here with me this week, and I'm kind of glad he wasn't, so he didn't have to sit through that, boy. I couldn't imagine putting him through that. Anyway, I'm wrapping this up. Like I said, it's not going to be a long video. What I am looking forward to seeing is Edge of Tomorrow. To me, this looks like Groundhog Day, but Starship Troopers woven into it. It may not be Starship Troopers, but at least, you know, they fighting some alien that's invading the Earth, and Starship Troopers, they didn't do that in the first movie. But it seems like it's going to be something to it, and I hope they do this right. And since this is not a sequel, I have no expectations from this movie. I mean, I know it's got Tom Cruise in it, but I like those exosuits. I like the fact that he's repeating the same day over and over, and that appeals to me. We're going to see. Wolverine. He's not even time traveling. They just took everything from that story and just threw it the hell away. They might as well gave him web shooters instead of freaking claws to come out. I mean, what's the point? Mr. Durite at y'all one more again. Thank you for checking out this show. Sorry I didn't have a whole lot of good things to say about this movie. I did have some good stuff about it, but I don't even feel like going into it. But this is a big letdown. So there's a million videos out there that you be watching, and you choose to watch this one, and I appreciate you. Also, check out my other show, Sea Stories with Mr. Durite. I think you'll like it, and maybe you'll come back and see me again. I will promise that I will try to like the next movie, but there's no guarantees. Holla at you. To me, it's gonna be, golly.
Oh, he interrupted?
Yes.
Oh, you gotta say something when you...
I can't say something if I'm already in here talking. Yes, ma'am.
Taping in progress.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you still taping?
Yes, ma'am.
Where's the popcorn at?
The popcorn is still outside. It's still in the kitchen where I left it.
Where?
On the counter where I left it.
There's no popcorn here.
Okay, baby. Now I'll be in there in just a second, all right?
Alright. Love you. Am I on tape?
Yep.
I love you.
Love you too, honey bunny. So where was I?